Alright, I just watched a video talking about how your TV observes your patterns of where your eyes look, and apparently Netflix does this as well, so I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. So I'm going to use the guest option because I've only watched, I think, one show on this, so it should be harder for this to track my habits and know what I'm looking at and know who I am. So we're just going to see what happens. I'm new to this, so it could be nothing. So the first thing that I see is Violet Flower, which is my name.
Now 10 pairs of amateur floral sculptors from around the world are coming together to battle it out in a bid to build the biggest and the best.
From what I understand from Aaron's work, the biggest means the ones with the highest vibration. And so my work is bringing amateurs together to battle it out with the people who rule this place so that we can become high vibrating beings. This isn't as good as live television because obviously I have to go into each program. This one's a little trickier, but the black and white to me represents duality, the runway. I used to do a bit of modeling back in the day, and they're in a church. The backdrop looks like a church with lights rising. Okay, so that. This song is incredibly creepy, but the theme that carries throughout the rest of the videos that I see have to do with marriage.
It's hard to fathom how the portraits manage to live through it. A hard-tasting person like yourself would even want to do it. Just look away, look away. There's nothing but horror and inconvenience on the way. Ask any stable person, should I watch? And they will say, look away, 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 look away.
This sounds like a warning to me, like it's telling me that you're a good person and any decent person wouldn't want to view it, so look away, don't watch, don't do this. Okay, well that was creepy. Alright, well I wasn't even looking at the TV, but for them to be saying look away, that was a little creepy. Alright, I'm gonna try, let's try.
Previously on Broadchurch. Need to speak, you call me.
In the beginning of this clip, there's a green towel put on a dead body. The green represents unconditional love or Jesus or heart chakra, earth. But also there's a woman wearing purple speaking to a young girl who was wearing purple, and then they cut back to her and then she was wearing green, and she says, if you need to speak, call me. It's a message to me to say, if you need to talk, I'm here, that this connection can stay open.
I don't talk to the press.
But you're a news agent.
I sell them. I don't want to be in them.
So news is a recurring theme in these clips, And in this scene, he says he's a news agent. He says, I sell them, I don't want to be in them. And selling means to deliver or offer a sacrifice, give, supply. So he is an agent for the system, the NEWS, and North, East, West, South system, the beast system. So he's basically confessing that he is an agent for the system. And press means to crush, or it means to squeeze, like juice, the energy that we exert.
Do you have a conviction for underage sex?
Result!
Jack's got a history with kids.
They're going to be saying things about me, and those things aren't true.
So he says that they're going to say things about him and those things aren't true, which is basically rumors. Rumors, again, ties into being a news agent or newspaper or gossip. And so he's saying that those things aren't true. So what people are saying about this agent is not true. So this guy, this character here is all blue energy. He's got blue behind him. He's got some green as well, but mostly blue. He's wearing blue, and he's got black and white paranormal on his shirt, which is hypnotic. It's intended to hypnotize you, and he's zoned out.
The headline, but it's on the front of the metro section.
Now this guy here, he's referring to the newspaper, which is what we just saw in the previous clip. And he's like, the headline in the metro section, he's referring to the paper again.
Who are you voting for?
He's got more important things to worry about.
And a civic duty.
Yes, like passing English.
He speaks English just fine.
The mother represents red energy. She's serving food, which is the lower chakras. But also this conversation is about English, which is the coded language. He speaks English just fine. Probably referring to me, knowing that I speak English just fine. I can understand what they're saying in code, but also they're talking about the civic duty of voting, and a lot of my videos lately have been about the futility of the law system and rights.
It's just two rich kids fighting for attention.
Scrambled eggs again?
You want fancy eggs, make them yourself, little Prince George.
I saw a documentary on Netflix and now I'm vegan.
The young girl, she's got blonde hair wearing purple, just like the other girl in the previous clip was blonde hair wearing purple, and she says she's vegan. And then the mother turns around, who's serving eggs, gives her an evil eye because she doesn't like that because she's of the lower chakras.
Honey, you're struggling to make friends already. You don't need to add another reason for people to get annoyed by you.
In this country, the most important right is the right to vote. One man, one vote. No more kings, all that schoolhouse rock stuff.
BuzzFeed has the best online quizzes. Like, which Avenger are you? What's your ideal pet? What would your porn name be?
I wish Fallout 5 would come out already.
There are a few lines of dialogue that are unintelligible here, and one voice at the very end doesn't sound like any of the actors, but anyway, I just thought it was kind of strange. But he's again talking about rights, the father. The daughter's rambling on about which Avenger are you? And later on, after I watched this, went to my parents' place, and the movie that was playing was Avengers. So from Aaron's research, he says closing the door represents closing the portal to the chakra. So this door is purple, it's closed to the purple chakra, my purple chakra.
Refill please.
I don't know, okay.
Really? Oh my gosh! You won't regret it, promise. So, A or B? I focused on the room stuff, while Stacy tried to get Richard on board with a mood of his own.
For what?
And the great work began.
There's so much purple in this, it's crazy. And then they take Humpty Dumpty off the wall and say the great work began. And the great work is the alchemical process of becoming whole, which is all about the alchemical marriage, the marriage of the masculine with the feminine.
This was hit.
Look, let's try some glue.
Glue.
So the music in the background says, "The world never looked so bright, things are getting better," and on the wall is a poster for the book review I did on Wicked.
It smells really good, so yeah.
Preview.
So right away it stops on a girl who's blonde and wearing purple. This is the third blonde-haired girl wearing purple that we've come across.
Points? So you can work your butt off and watch Ben and his horse jump over fancy striped poles and cute little flower boxes. Shut up and keep digging.
Okay, cut out, you two. Look, I know all this is important to you, Ben, but I need to get that cell ready for the pregnant mare.
I told you I'd get to it.
There are several references to pregnant, and what pregnant is in the etymology is pre-nasi, pre-gnosis, about to have birth of full knowledge. And mare is Mary, is moon, is the sea, mare, M-E-R-E, mother.
It's a little late now. Grandpa, Heartland is no place for a pregnant mare. We're not set up as a breeding facility.
So this girl's wearing red, and she says Heartland, which is green, heart chakra, earth, is no place for a pregnant mare. We're not set up as a breeding facility for breeding more people who are about to come into the full knowledge of the truth. It's not capable of holding us.
Oh, I figured we...
Previously in the prison.
I'm looking for something.
Beneath our feet that connect the two. Route 66. Route 66. Our ticket out of here.
I assume we're doing this at night.
That's right.
We're locked up, Fish. Boy is in solitary. Are we just gonna fly out of our cages and right into your cell, right into New York City?
This is loaded with code. Basically, Route 66 is our ticket out of here. This is the route that you take when you want to exit out. Assume we're doing this at night. At night is when the moon shines. We're locked up, Fish. Well, there's going to be some more references to Fish coming up. Boy is in solitary. We're in solitary confinement. We're just going to fly out of our cages right into New York City. Well, I've done several videos about flying out of cages into New York City, which is Crown.
You're not. You're gonna meet me halfway. In St. Louis. Route 66 runs directly beneath that building. It's the only building sitting on top of those tunnels. All we gotta do is get in there on PI and dig ourselves an on-ramp. Shortly after we hit the infirmary, then we'll be outside those walls.
Now notice that they're in prison and they're surrounded by a chain link fence, which is diamonds, which is the fabric of this reality, the veil. And that's also coming up in other clips.
What's in there? It's an old storage room. Figure John here can pull all the strings he needs.
It's not that easy, Fish. That's a restricted area. I gotta be able to justify it to the bulls now. There's gotta be some actual work to be done in there for me to get in there, you follow?
Then you better.
Okay, 1 minute left. 1 minute to put up the greatest dish of your life. It's not perfect. You've wasted your time. And mine. Okay, cleaning up time. Make it count.
This dish is fish and it's yellow.
Michael, let's see if you've done these prawns justice. Prawn linguine.
What are you watching?
Shh, come on. What you've done with those prawns is a disgrace. It's a disgrace to you? It's a disgrace to your family. It's a disgrace to everybody you've ever met.
This is what you've been doing. I've been slaving away and you've been watching the cookery program on the Gourmet channel.
What's your favorite kind of doctor?
Regular.
Regular doctor. Very good. Good. Regular doctor. Nurse, get in here. It's regular doctor. I also do female characters. I think I know who did it. Angela Lansbury from Murder, She Wrote. That was a very dangerous town.
I'm only going to point out a few things in this one. I think what they're trying to point out here is that I'm not who they thought I was, that they can't get a read on me because they're used to me watching the television, but now I'm not. And so they're confused and they're trying to figure me out because he's playing different roles and he's saying that I'm playing a different role here.
She was super hot when she was young, too. Not that you're hot. I wasn't saying that. I wasn't looking at that because I took an oath. Oh, man, that's that.
Oh, yeah.
He was saying that you're hot, not that you're hot. So it's like you're hot and cold. I'm not sure which side of the spectrum you're on, red or blue.
Hi, I'm Greg.
No.
Wow.
I'm still new at this, so I'm figuring things out as I go, but what I'm gathering from this is he's trying to get a read on me by saying, hi, I'm Greg, and then he gets rejected from the background. She says, nope, Greg means watcher or watchful, and so she says, no, she's not watching. I'm not watching.
Where's his starter girlfriend? You know, the freckly-faced nerd that he's supposed to hold hands with and make mixtapes for. No, he went straight to the I sold an app girlfriend.
It's hard. It's hard. You were only 4 years older than Tyler when you got pregnant.
There's another reference to being pregnant.
I'm not ready for this.
You never will be, so you do what I did. You let the first two go, and you baby the third one until you die. Here.
What's with the pregnancy thing? Pregnant mare, pregnant this, pregnant that. Eric's wearing green and he's surrounded by green and he's looking at a voodoo doll and he says, stupid Kels. I know his name is Kelso, but it sounds like Kels. So I looked up Kels and the thing that comes up is the Book of Kells, which is about illumination. It's the oldest existing book of Celtic religion. And if you recall, I did a video recently about old Irish religion.
Guess what I got?
I'm gonna have to go with a picnic.
So when do I get my car back?
Well, I don't know. We're scouting places to have the wedding.
You don't need to scout anywhere but the inside of a church. What better place to start a happy life than Our Lady of Perpetual Sorrow?
Well, Dad, the thing is, we're not getting married in a church.
This is another reference to marriage, and it's not in a church. The alchemical marriage.
But we are thinking about getting married at Mount Hump, which is sort of the church of humping.
No church, no car, just like it says in the Bible.
Well, the Bible doesn't say anything about taking Kelso's van.
No, we can't just take it.
Of course we can. What's his is yours, remember? Do it for the liquefied face of G.I. Joe.
I can't think of a more fitting way to honor the real American hero.
All right, so he's wearing green, which is Jesus or heart chakra energy, and she's wearing purple, crown chakra energy. So the two are getting married, and they want to do it in Kelso's van, and they say do it for the liquefied face of G.I. Joe. Liquefy means to make. And G.I. Joe, he says, the true American hero. And there's other references to hero coming up. All right, I now understand a little bit more about this. And I think that the van is a reference to Kel's van, Kelso's van, Kel's meaning the vessel, which is me, the vessel of the alchemical marriage where they want to get married. They want to get married in me. And the liquefied face of G.I. Joe represents the hero, the invisible, the faceless one. That's me. So they're in a blue room, but she's wearing a red coat, and then he's walking around a table that's got a red carpet, and then this book is highlighted. It's called The Missing Heir. It's all this green, as in like the Emerald City. Also kind of looks like a baseball diamond. I wanted to point out this guy is wearing a t-shirt with a yellow lightning bolt on it. And this guy is named Roy.
Oh, how big is... Whoa, hey now! I tell you what, I'd actually recommend my good friend Roy there as the go-to guy on anything with more than 7 eyes.
So first, she goes for his glasses, and he says, how big is it? Big meaning somebody of high frequency. And he's wearing red, and then he says, I recommend my friend Roy. Roy means king or red. Roy is the go-to guy for anything with more than 7 eyes, and 7 eyes are the 7 chakras, and 7 is the crown chakra or purple, which is my frequency.
He's on a very brief personal call right now.
Carlos, don't be silly.
No, you're right, I'm being silly. Wrap it up, Roy! No, it's just a spy. It's fine. It's just a spy. Oh, look, it seems to have left of its own volition.
Oh, be a man, Ross.
You're right, I'll be a man. I'm a man.
So they seem to be after my red energy. She's got red hair. He's wearing red. He's talking about king, which is red, but also it's relationship manager, and inside the door is tulips that are red. And so it's all about passion and that fire energy. And she says, be a man, meaning be of the lower chakras, be of the lower energy, the red energy. And he says, I'm a man, and then it seems to have left of its own volition, meaning I have left of my own volition.
Please don't shut the door.
I won't.
Goodbye, Jen.
He says, please don't shut the door. He means don't shut the door to the red energy. And she says, I won't. I just had to point out the Dracula poster in the back after they've just had sex, meaning that the Dracula is about sucking the energy. They're vampires.
Instead of people like Porter, I want direct lines to every governor who's got a strike on their hands. It'll be on your desk when you get back. Thank you.
Right, they're coming up. Mr. Short, are rumors of your engagement true?
So rumors again, and engagement as in preparation to be married or agreement to be married, as well as an engagement in battle. So there's double meaning there.
What's she doing?
Are you planning to resign to help your fiancé on the campaign trail?
Excuse me?
What the hell was that?
Someone posted on Reddit that they saw you propose last night.
Since when does CNBS follow rumors posted on online forums?
So her coat is black, but in this light they make it look purple.
It's the internet, sweetie. I can't predict what rises to the top.
Rises to the top could be another reference to the crown chakra.
How'd you know to come running to her rescue then?
Oh, Erin, I like her. She's smart and unrelenting. Okay, I didn't start the rumor, but I did ensure that it made it into a few select inboxes.
Lorraine, why would you do that?
Hey, everyone loves romance, and it's great publicity.
Notice how she looks directly at me or at the camera, at me, when she says that. She says romance is great publicity, because romance refers to the story written of adventures of a hero designed for entertainment. Publicity, again, is with rumors or widespread noise, report, news, horse. And publicity is making something known, exposure to the public.
That reminds me, our press team has argued about what to call you. Hispanic, Chicano, Latino?
He's Hispanic. Latinx is on the rise, but that's...
It's just, I don't like labels, right? In any case, I'd be Tejano. Mom's family's been in Texas since before it was Texas.
How's Liv?
Better.
Still in the hospital?
Yes, but she regained consciousness last night, so looks like she's through the worst of it.
He says she regained consciousness last night. It's referring to me. She's through the worst. That's me.
Okay, good. Keep me posted.
I will. Thank you, sir.
What am I supposed to say? I'm sorry for bringing a contributing member of society into our country that's filled with natural-born, entitled assholes who take their citizenship and privilege for granted.
Well, I want to lead with that. Look, if it's me, I don't think you did anything wrong. I don't think you have anything to be ashamed of. But this is the definition of a wedge issue. So you could...
So earlier there was a guy who was wearing a t-shirt with a lightning bolt on it, and now I'm on a show called The Flash, who also has a lightning bolt on his chest.
Stop!
If you want the future of the whole story, then we all need to be in it.
So the first thing they show is the Green City or Emerald City, and he says, so if you're the feature of the whole story, then we all need to be in it. The feature is the star or the face, the celebrity, the hero.
First, let me put on some makeup.
The future does not care about your makeup. Okay. Big smiles. 3, 2, 1.
Does that count as a selfie?
Absolutely. Sick. Thanks for talking me through things out there. My pleasure.
Well done. I have to say, it's a bit of a rush, feeling like
a hero.
This is another reference to hero, and Aaron claims that hero means that they can't get a read on me, that I'm invisible, I have superpowers.
You're pretty good at it.
Alright, I just noticed this character's smile fell from his face after he was told that he was pretty good at being a superhero or a hero. And he is the temporary hero, whereas the Flash is the real superhero. So I'm not really sure which one is supposed to represent me, but this character is showing disapproval that the other superhero left, even though he said, you know, thank you for talking me through it. And so there's something here. I'm not quite sure what it means.
Hey!
You do realize the whole point of moving out is not being at home anymore, right?
Ha ha ha. I forgot a few things. So, how is it living back at the house?
Hey, Bear. Yo.
Babe, spaghetti out of me? Sure you don't want to sit dinner?
Thanks, but Eddie is painting all day, and I swore that I would help.
Now she mentions her friend's been painting all day. Painting, to paint means to write. So he's been painting or rewriting, and she swore she would help. A throwback to the previous scene where the girls were painting the room purple.
When flying fish want to make a getaway, they leap out of the water. And look, they're gliding away.
We'll never catch them now. Ow! Oh.
There's one that didn't get away.
Must get away. It's no use. I can't make it.
Are you okay?
No, I'm doomed. I'm a flying fish who can't fly. Oh, please don't eat me.
So the fish are in water. They're flying out of the water, which is similar to the prison break scene where fish was trying to break out of the prison and fly out. And so fish, again, represents people of a high frequency and trying to break out of the prison or the water, the mare, the sea. Anyway, the one fish is stuck, can't get out, can't fly. And he says to these people, please don't eat me. He says he's doomed. I mean, it's kind of strange language for a flying fish.
Don't worry. We don't want to eat you. No. Oh, my tail fin. I smacked it on some rocks and now it really hurts.
We know someone who can help you with your fin. Why don't you come back to the octopod with us?
It seems like this character is trying to lure me back to watching the program so he can help me, because if I represent the fish that's stuck in the water, that's not ready to fly yet, they can help me. So that's what it seems like they're saying.
But Captain, what about the professor's book? Aye, we've got to find those flying fish again.
Agreed. But first, our new friend needs help. We'll let them know back at the octopod. Wazzy, sound the octo alert. Octonauts, to the launch bay.
Alright, so for a first attempt, I think this is pretty revealing and fairly successful. It isn't enough to convince me fully that this is what's going on. However, I have since done 2 more experiments and I will be uploading those. And those are much more telling. So stick with me until I upload those videos.